Hey kids, this is Pulseway Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. And it's a happy Tuesday. I'm wishing you guys a happy Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what part of the world you're in right now. Had a lovely evening with my daughter who was teaching me how to make, I want to say wasabi, but that's not it. It's vasubi. Uh, musubi. Anyways, basically it's kind of like sushi, but it's with spam musubi, and you're just like adding different things and textures and smashing it into a yummy little roll. And then the trick is that don't share this with anyone. This is our little secret. The secret is to use the everything bagel topping right there. I'm going to send an invite to our Telegram channel here so that anyone who wants to jump on here and ask any questions live can do so. So that is in our Telegram, which is at t.me/anti-gravity saga. If you don't know about it, it's in a rap from a very, very talented rapper named Corin Investor, who rapped the first, the first real rap that we had from a human being. A lot of AI music, which is great. I love the AI. We'll get into the AI here in a little bit. But the truth is that, he wrote that. We find ourselves at a crossroad right now in Pulse Chain. We have a lot of, well, first of all, hello, Steve Stash. Way to go. Yo, peeps. Hex Glenn. Hi, guys. And then Crypto Cat. Good evening. We've been talking about some of the things that we want to see changed here, or things that we could improve upon. And we were upgrading some of the contracts and changing a lot of the UI, trying to add as many tools and as much information as possible for people to see their NFT, to see how much dark matter it had accrued, and to have the tools to know what their likely payout and yield is going to be in the future, both from the lottery and from the treasury. But what we found was 45 days is way too long for a journey, which I think we're going to change that to round. So it's way too long for a round, first of all. People's attention span is like 3 days. Your friend Sami says if someone holds a token for 3 days, then they're basically, that's what they consider long-term holding right now. So yeah, to have people try to pay attention for a specific 11-day window inside of a 45-day window has proved to be very confusing and difficult for people. And so one of the things we wanted to do is make sure that the minting window is always open, so that if people want to lock up their dark, they can. And so we looked at opening the window all the time. We looked at shortening the rounds from 45 days to 11 days. And then I got into a very interesting conversation with Claude Code as we were working on the front end. Front end's looking pretty amazing. Some of you guys may have seen some screenshots here and there. I'll maybe do a screen share here and show you guys some of the new stuff on the front end. And I have, if you guys message me in Telegram, then I will send you the link to the preview so you guys can actually practice using it with a wallet and clicking on buttons, things like that. So yeah, we definitely encourage your participation. But on top of that, I don't know. I talked to Claude about a bunch of things that I've been trying to figure out, a lot of problems I've been trying to solve involving tokenomics. Like, how do you get somebody to lock up a token or lock up a token inside of an NFT and then reward them without giving them, let's say, a dump token? There's a lot of platforms that have an incentive token that is basically minted and dumped. And they're saying dump this token instead of the main token that they're using or that they're having you lock up or farm with. And that's all good and fine. There's nothing wrong with those. But I figured there's got to be a way to reward people without hurting, without sacrificing a second token. And at the same time, without hurting the price of the main token. So that's what I've been working on. I talked to it, and there was a lot of amazing ideas that came out of that session, and a lot of coding that's been done, and even some stuff. We have someone here. We got, of course, Hex T Armstrong, Hoy Mates. We've got Hex Ray Chick 691. That's a handsome man right there, and a genius. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. She's on her way home. We'll see her in just a little bit. She might actually just pop in the studio. Who knows? I do have that link in our Telegram. I'm going to throw it here in the comments too, just in case anyone wants to jump on and see what questions we can answer and things like that. But it's exciting because on one hand, dark matter anti-gravity is far too complicated for most people to wrap their heads around. And so we wanted to make the UI experience much, much better and cleaner and simpler, fewer choices. On the other hand, we really want to lean into that nerd. We want to lean into the degen, hardcore, fight club, ride or die, insane in the membrane, space cult, badass. Because this was really built for you guys. This was built for me. I mean, yeah, I built it for me because I really wanted to see it exist in this world of ours. But at the same time, it was built for you guys. Like, I thought if someone could pull off some of these tokenomics and wrap them, fold them together and combine them into one project, they would have something truly revolutionary, truly game-changing to crypto, to finance, to DeFi. And I remember tweeting once, I'm not a genius, but I have moments of genius, and I write them down. And sometimes I don't even write them down. They just live rent-free in my head, trying to solve a puzzle, try to put two things together, try to solve the equation and close the circle, like close the loop, contain the economic energy. And another thing that's really pissed me off about Pulse Chain is the fact that it's 99.9% bots. Like, it is infested, it is lousy, it is sick with bots. Most of the trading, most of the volume, it's all bots, just scalping and trading back and forth with every little move of our market going up or down, mostly down. Whereas we're approaching our 3rd year anniversary, our 3rd birthday. Pulse Chain is almost 3 years old. And I see a lot of amazing people building the stuff, the infrastructure and the backbone that it needs. And I salute you guys. And we could have launched on some of the other networks easier and with less headache and with more support. But we didn't, because you crazy lunatics, our community is here. Our community followed Richard Hart from Hex onto Pulse Chain, and now I guess you guys are following him into ProveX. I don't know. I'm not here to talk negatively or positively about ProveX, but I will say, seriously, another fucking token, Richard? That's all I'll say about that. It's like, really? You couldn't just, I don't know, add some of this shit to Hex, and some of it you couldn't. I understand that, but at the same time, bro, you just, I don't know. I would ask one thing of Richard. This is one thing that I would prefer him to do if he was so inclined, and that is to really truly push and promote and support the people that are building on Pulse Chain. They are building wallets. They are building blockchain scanners. They are building cool stuff like our game. There's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like anti-gravity and dark matter in the entire crypto sphere. I've looked, I've listened, I watched YouTubes, I listen to podcasts, I dig in and out, I look at all the stuff going on, and really it's just the same old of, memes, get in first, get in last, farming, tax tokens, and things of that nature. Tax tokens, that's another thing we'll hit on here in a little bit. Okay, so I do have that link available for you guys if you guys want to jump in here and say hello. We've got Jas B0125. Hello, brother. Hello. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, and Telegram is really where the party is. We're trying to move as many widgets and systems and as much information as possible off of the website and into our Telegram using bots, using different commands and agents, so we can move stuff like the collective, over there, the reward points, things of that nature. Hexray Chick, speaking of Hexray Chick, she was nice enough to go put a bunch of packages in the mail today of things that I had promised people during our birthday stream. I think it was our birthday stream in November 22nd. I gave away a bunch of stickers, shirts, and a bunch of NFTs. And some of the NFTs I've been able to deliver, some of them I have not. Again, there are people right now that are building really good NFT platforms, and they deserve as much love and support as they can. But Hexray Chick, she sent out a bunch of packages to people. There's even a package going all the way around to the other side of the world. And then there's also one person we're waiting for a shipping address. And I think I know who you are. I think you know who you are. Pulseway Vibe, you need to send us an address, shipping address. If you guys want to hit up Axiom Icon or Pulseway Vibe, let them know. In the meantime, like I said, I keep running into errors and problems with a couple of the NFT platforms for bulk sending. And yeah. So there's a bouquet of platforms that should be hitting Pulse Chain very, very soon live that are going to solve a lot of the problems that we're facing here with the bulk send and things like that. So look forward to that. I would say there's a couple of things you might want to do in the near future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. You might want to scrape your lottery winnings. If you have lottery winnings and you have not scraped them, I would try to get in there and scrape the lottery winnings. Another thing you might want to do, I wish we had a really good platform to sell NFTs. You might want to get some of these NFTs. You might not. I don't know. I'm just saying that the people that have minted are truly going to be rewarded. The people that have held are going to be rewarded. The ride or dies are really going to be rewarded with some of the things coming up. And there's going to be a couple new features that we're trying to implement that will honestly give you a choice. So we'll still have a token, dark token. You're still going to use a token to mint an NFT. We'll just say that. The NFT will still have a lottery and a treasury. After you mint these NFTs, basically we've all been sitting around watching them fill up with dark, which is the point that that it goes the bulk of the dark goes into the treasury and then into the NFTs, and then it's a game of chicken to see who will, cash out first. So with this new one, there's going to be an option for you guys to time lock your NFT, so we know you're not going to break open that pinata and eat your candy. And there's going to be a couple of those. A short term, medium term. And then there's going to be an option for you to burn or incinerate your NFT forever. That's right. You would be minting a pinata, and then you would be sending it into a black hole to fill up with candy forever, indefinitely. And people would say, why would I do that? Why would I give up my pinata? Why would I give up my candy? Money. You might do it for money. And I'm just going to leave that there. Part of the money equation is going forward. We're looking at a way to punish these bots. I hate the bots. They're a plague. They're like locusts. They suck. They suck the energy out of Pulse Chain. They're vampires. And so what we would like to implement is a sales tax that's adjustable from 10% to 90%. That targets the bots. And you guys might ask, well, how does it know if I'm a bot or if I'm a user? Basically, we're working on a contract right now that would go and check and make sure you have at least 10 NFTs. If you mint 10 NFTs, and I mean, we might leave that, we might make that adjustable too, probably not, but 10 is a pretty good number that right now it's like less than $4. If you were to buy dark and mint 10 NFTs, it's like $4. And that's kind of like the ultimate CAPTCHA, where you're proving you're human, you're proving you're one of us. And even if you're a bot that mints 10 NFTs, great. You're a bot that is now taking supply off market. I don't see anybody doing that. Someone would have to actually specifically write a code or a script for the bot to do that. But even if the bot did that, it would still be participating in the game, and it would still be locking up probably a lot more dark than it's going to skim over the life of whatever. And the idea of making the tax adjustable is because there are times when we could target the bots when not much is happening. And then if there's super volatility and it's going crazy and bid and asks our spread is huge, and the bots do not care what the tax is. They don't care they don't care if they're pushing the price against themselves. They literally are psychopathic machines that are designed to do one thing, which is to scalp and make a fraction of a penny over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And like cheers to the creators of the bots, because you're just taking advantage of the system. However, if you're a trader and you don't know anything about the project and you're just trying to trade the prices, then I'm not really worried about you getting hit with the sales tax. I'm not worried at all about the bots. This is really focused and targeted at the bots. So low volatility will probably have a low tax, high volatility, a high tax. Now, what would that tax go for? At first, we were going to take that tax of dark and send it into the treasury. So the treasury would be getting fed by all these bots. And that's a great idea. But there's a couple things going on, a couple new developments that are going to make the treasury very robust and healthy and fat. And those things we can get in. We probably won't get into those just yet. But instead of having the bots fill the treasury, we thought, what if the bots, because at first we had this conundrum. We're like, well, if the bots sell dark for another token that we can give out as an incentive for people who lock up or burn their NFTs forever, then wouldn't we be dumping the price of dark? And thanks to Claude and code, the answer is no. And the reason is this is because the bots don't have dark. The bots buy and sell dark in the same transaction if they can. See what I'm saying? So the bots are going to be buying dark and selling dark, both. And so it's not like there's a big holder that's dumping their supply. That amount of dark is already in the circulating supply of the liquidity pairs. And so if we took that tax and we bought a specific token that everyone loves, and I hinted at this in our tweet earlier, if you do that, then you can reward those people that are committed. I mean, these are the ride or dies. The ride or dies are going to get so much more reward from the treasury and the incentives in this game than those that are, fair weather friends or fair weather fans or here today, gone tomorrow kind of people. They can probably make some really good money here at Dark. But when they leave, as long as they have 10 NFTs, they're not going to get hit with the tax. So there's that. So you're going to want to get your 10 NFTs when this goes live. But also, if you're crazy enough, like you guys, I love you guys, but a lot of us border on mental illness here. We're insane. You tell me to prove it. Like we have 15-year stakes in Hex. That's insane. That's bananas. That's crazy. Why would you have 15-year stakes in something that changes overnight? And the reason is because we are insane. We are bananas. We're so committed. It might not be healthy. But why not reward people that are those that are true believers, that are zealous, that are ride or die, and we're going to ride this thing into the sunset. We're going to make it or break it. We're going to see what we can do with code and with a community of people and a strong enough narrative to really hook people and show them something cool, show them what we can do, show them that the good guy can win, show you that you can actually be rewarded for good behavior instead of all the scams and rug pulls and bullshit that we see on a daily basis in crypto. So that being said, this is a weird AMA because there are no A's for me to A. And no one has joined the green room, but I'm sure you guys are watching this. And of course, shout out to my homies on the replay gang tomorrow or later tonight, wherever you are in the world. You guys that listen to this on the way to work or when you're out mowing the lawn once a week. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you being there. You're definitely going to want to be in Telegram. You're definitely going to want to connect your main address that you've been using for reward points to that when we have that available. And with all that said, let's bring on our first guest. He is part feline, part man. He is all love. This is our friend CryptoCat. CryptoCat 46.
Good evening.
Good evening. And he actually has 46 cats, which is where the number 46 comes from.
I don't have 46 cats. I have one, and that's enough.
My pickleball queen just walked in the studio.
Okay.
She may have mailed a package that she said, "What is CryptoCat's name?" And I said, "It's CryptoCat."
That's what my students say.
I know. Your first name comes to mind very quickly, which I'm not going to dox you. But your first name, I'm like, it's Jeremy or Jason.
You just said you're not going to dox him.
No, I didn't say the last name.
You just doxed him with his first name.
I was going to say,
no, there's a lot of Jeremys and Jasons out there. Hex T. Armstrong
like
is a Jason for crying out loud.
I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'm going to get a shower.
Okay, wash off all that grime and sore muscles.
Pickleball grime.
Yeah, wash all the pickleball off. I love you.
I was gonna say its name. My name is after a book of the Bible, so people could guess. But so is Jason a book of the Bible?
I'm sure
Friday the
there's
13th
Jason
Bible
somewhere
it
in
is,
the Bible, right?
Friday the 13th.
Maybe. Either way, I said just put CryptoCat on the
Yeah.
package. This can't be the only thing he's receiving that says CryptoCat on it.
Right.
So you keep your eyes on the mailbox next few days.
Yeah, I
There's
got one of
I
I
have
got one of
right
those
here.
Richard Hart
And I'm not
ProofX things.
say
too.
that again.
I got one of those ProofX tablets.
Mhm.
They put a different name because they didn't want to dox me on it for the UPS driver. So
Nice.
I don't
Nice.
work for a 3-letter agency, I promise. And
Nice.
even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. So,
Smart. We have a shipping address here right here. I'm not gonna dox again,
okay.
but that's like 17, 20-hour flight from where we're at. That's where that package is going.
Wow.
So
That's around the world.
yeah, I don't always keep my word quickly, but I do keep my word if I can. If at all costs, I keep my word, even if it's a few months late. So I do
That's
know
all
that
that
you were
matters.
hoping to get some of your
Yeah.
stuff before summer came, and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, I can't wait. My spring breaks in 2 weeks, so
Mm-hmm.
we could have Christmas come early.
Yeah. Now let me hit you up with some game theory that we've been cooking up here with some brand new. We were going to try to upgrade the old smart contracts to do what we wanted them to. And it's actually much easier to start with completely new contracts than it is to finagle the old ones because they're built with different logic. They're built in different sequences with different foundations. And so it's like that house that you just light a match and you walk away. And then you come back the next day or the next week with bulldozers and you start a brand new house with brand new technology and brand new materials, right? So
that's good.
There will be I shouldn't say bridge, there will be a continuance of the way dark matter is right now and the way that it will be. So if you're involved in the community, if you have minted, if you hold dark, if you're doing, LP, there's not that many people doing LP, but there's a few. And we'll let you guys know when it's time to pull that LP and get ready for a new ship to launch. Let's just put it that way. And those people that are holding the NFTs, you could go and vaporize them all right now if you wanted to. I wouldn't do that because your NFT itself might be credit for a new token. And you would also get the accrued dark inside of it as well.
What?
Yeah. So for instance, right now is thank you for bringing our favorite word back to life. Right now, the Journey 1 fuel cells have 1.598, basically 1.6 dark accrued in them. So if you were to hold a Journey 1, you would actually get 2.6 of the new contract address token instead of just the 1.6 that you're already sitting on.
Wow.
So
Shazam.
I've been trying very hard to move NFTs, to pay NFTs to all those people that won a ton of NFTs during the birthday party. Some of them have made it, some of them have not. And because I took so long, they're like double, triple, quadruple what I promised them. Like I'm just sending them a lot. If we don't get a good bulk send in the near future before the launch of these upgrades, then I'm just going to give you a ton of dark, just a bunch of dark to make up for it, because that dark will receive that airdrop. Now, you might remember there's a over 1,000 addresses that received the airdrop and have done jack shit. They have done nothing. They have 2 dark. They have 2 J1s. That's considerable amount of dark for, just sending someone an address. They are getting, if you haven't done jack shit with your airdrop, you will receive jack shit. Okay, so those 1,000 addresses are not going to get any part of this new game.
That's a great idea.
Because people do not care enough about this project in 14 or 15 years to come and do something with it or watch a stream, then those may not be the people that we need right now in crypto. When we need the people that believe in something. Let me ask you something, Mr. Cat. If you had an option, let's say that you got a pile of J1s, for instance, right? And you had the option to time lock your J1s for 11 days. Sorry, 33 days, 6 months, or forever. And the payout that you would receive is 1x, 2x, and 10x. What are you going to do?
Well, I would do 80, 10, 10.
Right. And you would probably also hang on to some.
Yeah.
Without locking them, keep them liquid in case you ever got to bust open a pinata and fill that sweet tooth.
Yeah, so probably maybe 60, 30, 5 and 5 to do that. And that's your 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting game theory because some people...
I love game theory and Excel spreadsheets. So
I think we're going to have to split the new UI in half. We're going to have an easy mode and a nerd mode. Hardcore nerd mode.
Degen, hard kit.
Degen,
nerd,
easy or degen.
Yeah.
And the easy one will have 2 or 3 buttons on each page. Very simplistic, very easy. Choose your own adventure, left or right kind of thing. The other one is going to be hairy. It's going to be scary. It's going to have stats. It's going to have injection models. The other thing that we realized was that the incentives that we thought we were giving people were not working the way we wanted them to. We thought we were offering people carrots and they were sticks. They're viewed as sticks. They have the same effect on the project, but people like carrots more than sticks.
Right.
And so with dark matter, we started off giving Journey 1 3% of the treasury. So every 45 days or at the end of every journey, or round as I'm calling them now, I'm trying to use as basic language as possible.
Right.
So where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So if you mint right now, you would get paid that 3% of the treasury gets divvied out to all the remaining Journey 1 NFTs. And then that yield rate was cut by 10% for the 33 rounds or 33 journeys.
Right.
Till like the 33rd is like 0.0015. It's dust. It's dust. And the treasury is pretty much depleted by then. But it's not bad that the treasury is depleted because the treasury wasn't dumped on the market. The treasury was put in that game of chicken. It's filling up all those pinatas full of candy, and now it's a game to see who's going to break over the pinata and lose the marshmallow test first. So this is a new idea, a new take on the same mechanics. When you mint an NFT, the first payout is 0.33%, 1/3% of the treasury. And your payout goes up 33% exponentially forever.
Wow.
So you might start by just getting a little bit of chicken scratch here and there. But we've also put a big curve on the treasury where the treasury will get exponentially bigger towards the end as well. So if you mint early, that's still mint early, minters win, save your place in history, maybe send a few to the burn address to start getting paid in another token. And, ride or die, let's go. Believe in something.
Wow.
The other thing, like I said, 11-day journeys instead of 45-day journeys. And we don't need 33 journeys. We've successfully almost completed 11 journeys so far. We're on the 11th journey right now.
That's right. Okay.
What we'd like to do is revamp the game, start the game over in a lot of ways, where people hold their positions and are rewarded for their actions and loyalty in the first version. And then go through 11 more rounds, just 11 instead of 33 this next time. And each round will be 11 days. So 11 times 11 is 121. It's about 6 months.
Yeah.
About 6 months for the next version to play out. And then that's when the fun starts, because at that point, you'll have a very clear picture of who has completely committed like a madman by locking up their NFTs forever. And you'll have an idea of the short-term guys that are like, no, I'm going to lock it up and see how much money I get of this other token, right? But there's
That's exciting.
we set out to make this simpler and we failed. I think that's really what I'm saying here is we can make it very simple, and we will make it very simple if that's where you're starting. This is also a network of rabbit holes. It always has been, but now we've found another universe of networks of rabbit holes that we're tying to it. And like I said, I've never seen anyone do anything like anti-gravity in all my years in crypto since 2015. Nothing came close to it. There's a few aspects that were really cool. The what's NFTs, the Texan token treasury model.
Mm-hmm.
It was able to pay out stuff without inflating or minting. That was really cool. And then, but some of this other stuff like lotteries, treasuries, game theory, we have the T-shares in Hex. And simply put, he with the most T-shares wins, right? And here, the person with the craziest person with the most NFTs wins. And that's what we're hoping to succeed on. And who knows? I thought that we were attracting the bottom of the bear market and beginning the bull market by launching about 13, 14 months ago. I thought this has got to be the bottom. We all said that. Yeah. Every single person in crypto, in all the PTGC dudes, all the Hex guys, everybody, liquid loans, all right, this is the bottom. Guys, we're at the bottom. We are at the bottom. Turns out 14 months later, we were all wrong. We were all really, really wrong about
We're still on the bottom. Still.
So, who knows? Maybe launching an upgraded version could actually mark the bottom this time, or jinx us to 14 more months of hell. I don't know, but I'm, what are you going to do? You're going to sit around, stare at the sun, watch the charts? That's no bueno. No bueno. And Claude coding, I can't even begin to explain what a game changer Claude is. I literally talk to it and tell it what we want to do with the code, with the website, with the UI, and it does it. Not always perfect the first time, and you do have to sit there and hit enter 1 trillion times to give it permission, even though you've already given it permission, and even though you've given it permission to give it permission. It keeps forgetting, and I'm ready to pay someone on their student visa to come to the studio and do 8-hour shifts of just hitting the enter button 4,000 times. saying, yes, you have permission. Yes, write it. Yes, push it. Yes, try it. Yes, test it. Other than that, that's like the only negative I've had with Claude Code. Like
That's
Claude Code
great.
browser extension, so I can look at my website, and as I'm telling it, hey, look at this, it sees it. It can read screenshots, so you can take screenshots, put it in there, and it'll be like, oh, I know it. I see exactly what's going on. You connect it directly to terminals like VS Code.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's also connected directly to Vercel and GitHub, and everything that you want it to talk to, it talks to. And it just streamlines to where you hold down the microphone button and you say, hey, there's way too much glow around the helmet on AG. Let's bring it down 25%. And then in a couple of seconds, it's like, boop, boop, or maybe even a couple of minutes, it's changed. And you're like, no, I'll put it back. So like the fact that it's that reactive and quick compared to the old way, which was you'd have a meeting with your devs, front end and back end, and then you'd say, this is what we want to get done. And then the next week we'd show up and they had all done something different. And we're like, that is really cool. That's beautiful. You guys built some really great shit. We didn't ask for any of it. It is all wrong. Like that was like this 1 week, 2 week, 3 week cycle of building.
Yeah.
If you're not a dev, if you're a dev, you were just kicking ass and coding. You're just cooking in the kitchen, right? But for people like me that are all vision and no tech know-how, no coding skills, this is it's
Game
it's
changer.
I can literally just sit here on my computer for 8 hours at a time, tweaking the front page or the widgets or the boxes or where people go and what it looks like, and it feels like 20 minutes to me. It's flow state. It's very, very intoxicating. A lot of dopamine hits. It feels like progress in real time. So, oh, Mr. Fast Abdul.
Fast Abdul.
Mr. Fast Abdul. Here's an interesting thing. I tell the story about Panama and Triplet Dad and his lovely wife, Lindsay, and Fast Abdul. We're all sitting at a table in Panama. And I said, the person that figures this out, it'll be a $1 billion idea. And that was, how can we tell the bots apart from the users? Because you don't want to penalize. Sorry, it is late, and I've spent.
I know my bedtime's in 5 minutes. So.
Oh my gosh, let's spit this out. So here we go. Yeah. So I said, whoever figures out how to like target the bots and leave the users alone, that's it. And Lindsay just goes, add a CAPTCHA. And it was so simple and it made so much sense. And I know someone can do it and code it. Just add a CAPTCHA, because the bot's not going to be able to do the CAPTCHA, at least the more difficult ones or certain ones, if they change up their game. I mean, shit, most people can't do the CAPTCHAs. They're like, click everything with a bridge. And you're like, I don't even know what that picture is.
Yeah.
Right? Like is that a bridge? Is that a boat? I don't know what that is. So you're just clicking and clicking. Anyways, so our CAPTCHA, our proof of life, our proof of badass is 10 NFTs. You got 10 NFTs in the wallet that you're trading in or buying in or selling in, no tax, tax free.
So for $4 right now.
$4.
$4. I can't believe I'm saying that.
$4. It's bananas. It truly is bananas.
So getting 100 would be good for $40.
Okay. So let's game theory. Let's brainstorm into the future, right?
Yeah.
We launched this thing. We have 11 rounds. It's 6 months later, right? What's the point of the game? What's going to happen now? Well, if we repeated the process over and over again and continued to make it harder and harder and harder to get dark, but also more and more and more profitable to hold dark, mint it, and either hang on to your NFT or burn it or lock it, then we could just continuing the same process
Yeah.
over and over and over
And
again
it
every
becomes-
6 months.
it
And
becomes-
one of the things we thought about was the dead man problem, which is like, Richard Hart said, if someone just dies or goes to prison or disappears or loses their wallet, we don't want them stacking all those rewards forever. And so we're going to put a time limit of the 6 months. So if you don't interact and go claim your rewards at one point during those 6 months, during those 11 rounds, then your reward is put back into the pot. Now you still have your dark, you still have all your other stuff, including, lottery winnings and stuff like that. But I feel like 6 months is the sweet spot, because asking people to do something every week is a lot, and asking people to just come back every 5 years is that's a lot. But 6 months and 11 days, 11-day rounds, I feel is the really sweet spot. I was going to do like a week. So every day, it was every Friday or every, Wednesday or whatever. But 11 falls into the pattern of numbers we use here, 11, 22, 33. Yep. You're going to see those repeated a lot. And 3, 6, 9 all over the place, anywhere we can fit those numbers. So,
wow.
Yeah, Elizabeth is in the house. Hello, Elizabeth. So good to see you. Hex Wizard is in the house. CryptoCat50 says t-shirts. I don't know who that guy is. MSV Crypto says, good morning, legends. Good morning, MSV Crypto. And of course, Fast is here. Fast, you should click on the link and get me to spill too many beans, because it's late.
he's got a protocol coming out, Vault. That's a really interesting.
Yeah. I have been playing on a bouquet of platforms recently that are very, very cool, and they should be public very, very soon.
Yeah, I think April is going to be a great month. Not just because April flowers brings May flowers, but April brings crypto back again. Not crypto, make crypto great again. Bring crypto back again. That's my new motto.
Yeah. I believe that crypto is the future. I believe it's inevitable.
I do.
That crypto is going to take over
everybody I onboard, and I'm onboarding more people too.
Yeah, and are they seeing the light of like trusting math versus trusting humans?
No, they see that trusting CryptoCat is important. So,
so it's still humans. Well, a human that is also Parcat.
Yeah.
My goodness. I appreciate your nudges. Like I said, I got stuck messing with Claude and getting real frustrated right before I was going to start streaming. And I wanted to share a couple things here, which I'll still share a couple things probably. But yeah, I was looking at the time, and I've got to get some sleep tonight. I didn't sleep much last night.
So do you have a rollout plan for this?
Steve Stash, it's not late, you wimps. Both me and Lef, the main Solidity DAO, are racing against the Journey clock countdown. So we would love our goal. And of course, it's crypto, right? It's crypto, right? We're basically, we're ensuring that this will not happen. No, the next minting window looks like it's going to go live in 12 days, 12 hours, 25 minutes. So we're working very hard whenever we get a chance, when we're not cleaning carpets. Or bio-washing basements that have been flooded, things of this nature. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, cleaning carpets. We're working on this and building it out. And I don't know, okay, so here's the cool thing. My camera stopped freezing because I think I deleted the piece of poop program that was making it pause and freeze all the time. So let me just share my screen real quickly here and try not to give out too much info.
Okay, we got 2 minutes.
All right, here we go.
2-minute warning.
Here we go. And we'll just take our faces off the side, so you don't need to see that.
Yeah.
But we're going to pull up some of these right here.
Wow.
As you
Okay.
can see, this is the one that I have not worked on as much as I'd like so far. Wow, that's strange. Why would it have a claim e-die
What?
button at the bottom? I don't understand. Ignore that, kids.
What?
Ignore it, guys. Ignore this.
Can't.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Wow.
Lock your fuel cells. Wow, that is crazy.
Lock your.
Yeah. And anyways, that one's just confused. Let's go to the home screen real quick. Like I said, this is where we're trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Right? Less is more, unless you want more, and then we will direct you to pages where it's nothing but mind choking data. And let's
Oops.
see. I'm running this on my local host, but you can see the other one here on. This is the one I've been giving out to people. No, that's not it either. This is the one I've been giving out to people in chat.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, my mind's already racing.
Page where you guys can go and try to break and test it.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to get on there and poke around, click around, and
I may have seen some pages. Yep.
Okay, yeah. See, here's old Hex T Armstrong right here. I'm gonna move that over there because I don't even know what we've been talking about, but here it is, a copy. So this is the Vercel link preview right here, where you can see a lot of it. But as you can see, I actually updated this since here because instead of having the anti-gravity helmet, I want the icon of the wallet you're using next to your truncated wallet address. Okay. And that might help people remove and add permissions and switch accounts easier if they know exactly which wallet is connected visually right there. But you have the home, more, time left to mint. So you can see there's 11 buttons up there, tabs for the rounds. You have the mint, you have the jackpot, and you have the my fuel cells. And we just added another one, which is going to be the vaporize, or it's going to be the vault / incinerate tile. Yes. And that one is going, let's see, I wonder why this isn't working. My local host is more responsive than the Vercel app. But as you can see, you go to mint, and if we have an address here, but we don't have any of this new dark to get in here. So
wow, that's cool. All right, I'm off to bed.
Yeah,
it's 9:30, 10:30 your time.
It is late. It's so late.
Awesome. Yeah, I will go on it tomorrow and check it out and look at it. It looks great. I think this is a great time for 2.0 dark. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that. And I value your opinion when it comes to this stuff because you've been around since the Wishwell days.
I know.
Fact, almost everyone that has been minting in Journey 11 was around in the Wishwell.
Wow.
That says something about our community.
We're pretty awesome.
Best damn community in crypto, hands down. Nobody, there's no second. Maybe the Hexicans, but they're a little salty sometimes.
All right.
Have a great night. Give our love to your pets and your significant other.
Mama cat.
Yeah. And we will, I'm going to try streaming a bunch just to let you guys know what's going on and which contracts are working, which ones aren't. And eventually we'll have a token that'll be worth like nothing that we can actually use. Because the great thing about Pulse Chain is that mainnet and testnet are pretty much the same. So it's not that expensive to use Pulse Chain right now. So we might as well work out all the kinks on live, and then we can launch the actual official. Oh, see what happens when my buddy leaves. We can launch the official one. And once you guys see the mechanics and not just the incentives and game theory, but the way that they tie together, the way that they complement each other and fuel each other, it's a virtuous cycle. It's a flywheel. once we get this spinning, even with the bots, and especially targeting the bots, which, man, I could spend my whole life just coding stuff that attacks bots. I really hate them that much. That and gambling games like Pink Miss Well, Russian roulette style. It's fun, but maybe something that you don't have to wait for. Excuse me. You don't have to wait for 100 participants to join to have the fun. Something that's a little more like a one-on-one player. One that's stuck in my head that I want to keep. I'll probably start building it after launch when everything's working, or if everything's working good. You remember that game Deal or No Deal with the banker and the briefcases, right? You remember that? I think we could design a game that's dark or no dark, and I think for a certain fee you could build a profit, but also have people trying to get that jackpot. They could still win that jackpot. And then at the same time, have a second jackpot, like a wild card, one that they can hit. And if they hit it, that's just an extra bonus on top. Stuff like that just gets me going, and I love to see it come to life. And sorry again. I'm going to eat some chocolate-filled croissants and watch TV with Hex-Ray Chick. And if I wake up early enough tomorrow, I'll jump on stream and talk to the people that are all asleep right now or busy right now. And we'll go deeper and deeper, and I'll share more and more of this as I can. I used to think that, if you come up with a really good idea, someone's just going to steal it. That's not true. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ideas being stolen, but no one wants to put in. People don't want to sit in front of a computer for 6 or 8 hours at a time saying permission. Okay, tweet this. Okay, tweet this. That's too much work for a lot of people to steal your ideas. And so there's a few things we'll keep under our hat for now, but the truth is we're going into a completely beautiful direction. We're changing the game completely. Still waiting for your friend Sami to confirm friendship with me. Hear him speak our name and our project over the airwaves. And, Crypto Coffee, good friends with him. Honored every time Wild SJ and RG3 and Triplet Dad and Brandon Rags to Riches. Build the tech. Every time they open their mouth, every time they reach out, every time that they endorse Freddie Quotes, Corey Investor, Corey Costa, what is it? The Money Guys, Corey, Gary, and Dane, all you guys, the support that we receive from you guys, and even people who financially exited the community, we still love you. We still love the engagement and the energy and the shout out. In the No Permissions group, we love those guys. We love the Crypto Degen Roundtable. We just think a lot of these little subgroups are tits. Just post up a picture of your barbecue. I got a Sami shout out this week. No way. That's all it took was a picture of your barbecue? Damn it. I wonder if he I know he knows who I am because he knows who Randy Larsky is. They also won't beat a path to your door. Ask me how I know. Yes, you really do have to figure things out. And I believe for us, the story that I am working on, and the art is enough to really catch people's attention and imagination. And then once they fall into the fact that good guys win and mentors win and loyalty is rewarded, it's going to be really contagious. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. done a lot of coding. I did want to dress up and look nice for you guys because you mean the world to me. You matter. What you do matters. You have incredible worth. Incredible worth. Just by the fact that you exist. Trillion things had to happen for you to exist. That's pretty precious and unique. So, yeah. Get a hold of MS Crypto on Twitter. I think he's been sending messages and stuff, but like I said, I've been doing a horrible job of tweeting and just being like online with you guys because I've usually got your friend Sami or someone in my ear. But he posts Pulse Chain Monster thread each week. Yeah, I would love to let him know what's going on in his monster thread. I really do like his monster thread, and I usually retweet it when I see it and think about it in that group. Anyways, I love you guys to death, and I love building cool shit for you, and I love it. I love seeing you guys win, even if it's not in crypto, even if it's in barbecued meat, even if it's in personal goals that you've set for yourself and development and growth. I know every win that you guys have is a win for me. And I just want you guys to continue to keep doing cool shit. Anyways, love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Get in Telegram and start watching for some stuff changing in Telegram. Love you. Ciao.